Man, what is happening, my YouTube family? Of course, it is your boy B New. I'm coming at you on this Friday. And first and foremost, as always, just want to send out positive vibrations and blessings to anybody who could be listening. Now, with all that being said, we all know that there's a lot of news and notes flying around the NBA right now. This is like the best time of the year other than the NBA playoffs when it comes to transactions, free agency, and movement of players. And we all know that yesterday, and I did a short snippet yesterday when I got the breaking news, didn't have a lot of time to break it down. But yesterday we got news that Kevin Durant was leaving the Brooklyn Nets and was had teams in mind. And I'm going to get to that in just a moment. But first of all, I was lying in the bed last night when it dawned on me. I said, hold on. KD requested out. Kyrie just opted in. So if KD is requesting out and Kyrie opted in, it's like one or two things, because I think these players are in the know as far as what goes on behind the scenes when it comes to trade demands, trade requests, and negotiations within league executives, agents, and things of that nature. So what I'm thinking is, and I could be wrong, it could just be a hunch, you know what I'm saying? And it could just be wishful thinking, but this is what I think. Kyrie said, look, I'm not gonna pass up $30 million and just take $6 million in a mid-level exception. That's something I'm not willing to do. I'm gonna opt in and then force my way still to the Lakers via trade. So maybe he came to Kevin Durant and said, listen, I'm opting in, but I'm going to the Lakers, and more than likely they're gonna be trading Russell Westbrook for me. You understand me? And then KD said, oh, no, hell no. Y'all done up and done it. He done pulled a nappy roots out and said, no, I am out this camp. I'm not going to play with Russell Westbrook. So therefore, he demanded the trade. Hey, I might be wrong, but hey, that could be a feasible option. I mean, who knows? So, because now you got Brian Windhorst and Stephen A. Smith and everybody else on the waves yesterday at ESPN talking about that the Lakers would have a package for both KD and Kyrie. So the only package I'm thinking that would be acceptable for that would be including a Russell Westbrook who is set to make $45 million, probably a Russell Westbrook and a future first-round pick, and you know who knows what else they could throw in. But when you talk about a Russell Westbrook plus a future first-round pick, then that is going to be pretty good and enticing for the Brooklyn Nets. That way they get everybody off of their books. Russell Westbrook can come with the Ben Simmons, somebody who can facilitate the offense, somebody who needs the ball in their hands, unlike a Ben Simmons, and that may be something that will work well for them. And then they know that they get Russell Westbrook off the books the following year and have a first-round draft pick coming up in 2027, I think is when the Lakers have another first-round draft pick. So they may tie that in to that. Or you could be looking at them trading Westbrook and Anthony Davis for Kyrie and AD. Now, you understand what I'm saying? They could be looking to trade Westbrook and AD for Kyrie and KD. You understand what I'm saying? So that could be a possibility. I don't likely see that happening because I just don't see the Lakers giving up on Anthony Davis just yet because of his age. Even though he has been injury prone, he is a so-called quote-unquote top 75 player, and I don't think the Lakers would give up on him that soon, even though he has had injuries in the past, because why would you give up and punt on AD to get a KD who stays injured himself, who has missed, a whole season with an Achilles? Even though he looked pretty healthy this past season, he did have some time out again, let's not forget, so at the same time, he is turning 34 years old, I believe. So, with age on him, why would you trade a 27, 28-year-old player for a 34-year-old player going into his 14th or 15th year? It may not be the smartest move. So back to what I was saying about Kevin Durant though, y'all. So Kevin Durant, we all know, you went to the Warriors after losing, being up 3-1 with OKC. Then you went and joined the best team. Then Draymond Green called you a little business and sends you running and packing. And then you go ahead and you go to Brooklyn with Kyrie in hopes of winning a championship, like it was just going to be handed over to you all. Now, with all that being said, it didn't work. We know him, Harden, and Kyrie all together didn't even play, 45 games together in 3 seasons, which to me is a travesty and actually sad because competition that I love to see. That's quoting that Player Fly. If you don't know who Player Fly is, look him up. That man is bumping. And Drake just sampled that, Just Awake and Shaking, just in case y'all didn't know. That's Player Fly, originally come on back in 1994, king of the real South, Memphis, Tennessee. But anyway, that was just a side note. So back to what I was saying, Kevin Durant now wants to join, lo and behold, his choices. Now, these are his choices, is Phoenix and Miami. Now, let me get this straight. What do Phoenix and Miami have in common? Phoenix and Miami have in common, they both were the #1 seeds in their respective conferences last year. So you got Phoenix as a #1 seed in the West, and then Miami as the #1 seed in the East. And this is his destination of where he wants to go. Is he trying to get yet another ring that way? And people want to keep comparing what he did to what LeBron James did. And it's not apples to apples. It's not even, damn it, mangoes to apples. It ain't even pears to apples. I keep telling y'all it's not the same thing. LeBron James had a trash team in Cleveland and was going up against the big 3 Hall of Famers in Boston. And throwing in Rondo and Big Baby, and you talking about a hell of a team who had already won a championship, who was coming for a young LeBron James, who was not getting any help but a broke down Shaq and an Antoine Jameson. Then he exercised his free agent right and go down with the Dwayne Wade, who, yes, indeed, had won a championship, but how successful had he been leading up to those next 2 or 3 years before LeBron James came? LeBron James was really dominating the East, as far as, regular season and getting into the playoffs. Just could not quite finish it, even though he did go to the finals. But we're not getting into all that. We're not going to get into all of that. I just want to focus on what we have going on right now. And, I just want to touch on some other news and notes as well. We know Ja Morant did sign that rookie extension and got quite a bit of money. I want to say $190 million for Ja. And then Karl Anthony Towns, he signed his rookie max extension, even though not just his max extension for $240 million, but not to be outdone. We know that Nikola Jokic came in and signed his big money deal. And then, of course, we have baby Carmelo. That's why I'm calling Bradley Beal now, because he took the money to stay with the Wizards, just like Melo always took the money to stay with the New York Knicks. And sometimes you got people in life, I realize there's people in life like this, and from y'all who might be from smaller towns or mid-sized towns, stuff like that, or, even larger towns, you'll see that you love people who like to be a big fish in a small pond instead of a small fish in the big pond. And I say that because Bradley Beal is the man in D.C. Maybe he can't go out to the Lakers or the Clippers or a New York market and handle the pressure of having to compete for a championship, because we know what the Washington Wizards' expectations is every year. And that is not that of a championship. Maybe one day, I think when they were the Washington Bullets, they may have won a ship back in the 70s. And yes, I did say ship. I'm so tired of people saying chip. I've been calling the ship since I've been whooping ass on 2K. And speaking of 2K, I just want to throw this in here, y'all. I am ranked in the top 5,000 in 2K. I might start streaming games live. Let me know if y'all interested in that. I am ranked in the top 5,000. And yesterday I had 35 assists with Russell Westbrook. Went to a triple overtime game against somebody who had the all-time heat. You understand me? And I won't get into the details of it, but your boy was very upset. I did drop 68 points with LeBron James. Did drop them 68 points. Don't make me put up screenshots of how I be dropping these points on y'all head on this young 2K. Just because I'm an old head, y'all don't mean I can't get down. Because I've been on the 2K in the live since 2000, baby. So I told these youngsters the other day who wanted to challenge a great champion, my son's friends, they all in their 20s. They want to come by and challenge a great champion on me. Like 2K, they got the throwback Golden State Warriors, the all-time Golden State Warriors. And I said, I get regular LA right now with a 78 ranked Westbrook in dog queue. And that's what I did. By the end of the first quarter, I was winning by 8 points. They said, hey, I'm coming back. I said, every quarter I'm going to win by 8 points. And at the end of the game, it'll be a 32-point victory. And lo and behold, that's what I did. But sorry for that sidebar. But like I said, if you are interested in the 2K streaming, let me know. I will get that going as well, because if I'm whooping ass anyway, I might as well do it on live stream and get paid for it. So anyway, Sorry for that side note. Who else signed deals yesterday? Booker signed a deal. Bill, Towns, Jokic, Kyle Anderson. He left Memphis, which I think that's gonna, I think Memphis needed him as far as a good bench player. And then they got rid of my boy Melvin as well. The Philly. I know they did get Green, but Green does have a torn ACL. I don't know if they're gonna cut him in time so he can come off the books, or if they're actually going to use him so he can get healthy close to the playoffs and use him as a leader in the locker room and somebody who is still a pretty decent 3-and-D guy in this league. So, like I said, there's still a whole lot more NBA to talk about in the upcoming days. Y'all let me know. Where do you think Kevin Durant is going to land? Where do you think Kyrie is going to land? Do you think that if KD, Kyrie, and LeBron all join forces, what will happen? Would it be a similar fate as in Brooklyn, or would it be 3 more championships in a row for KD and LeBron James? Because right about now, that's what I'm really thinking would happen, because Golden State is good, and Draymond Green already did come out and say that it doesn't matter, that they will still win. And I think he said that with Kyrie, but I don't know if he said that with KD, because I'm just here to tell you, a healthy Kyrie, KD, and LeBron. I'm sorry. Oh, yes, and another notable news and notes. Of course, the Lakers were not able to retain the services of a Malik Monk, who previously said he would take less money to stay with the Lakers, but I guess he fared, as long as he stayed in Cali, he went on a little bit north to Sacktown, Sacramento, and signed with them for the mid-level exception, which was more than the mid-level exception of what the Lakers could give him, because they gave him the veterans mid-level exception, which I think was $19 million over 2 years, whereas the Lakers would only give him $12 million. So I guess he said $5 million cheaper, but not $7 million. But I'm never gonna judge anybody in that situation too, because hey, money talk and BS walk. So, if you get in a situation and you say, oh, you're going to turn down some millions, put yourself in that situation and see if you really would, because maybe you would, maybe you won't. And then, of course, the Lakers are also, the Lakers' odds at coming in has opened up at 22-1. And, that's not very good. Of course, it shouldn't be, because they barely paid to play in. But I'm telling you right now, if you was a smart person, if you got a little $30 or $40, man, go ahead and put that in there, because 22-1. Hold on, let me pull up my little young trusty calculator real quick here. 22-1. If you bet $30, that's $660 you could win. So I say, but better hold hundo and win the 2,200, because if the Lakers pull off these moves, those odds are gonna change real quick. So think about it. If the Lakers get Kyrie and Kevin Durant, it's a done dollar. I'm just going to tell you like that. If the Lakers get Kyrie, LeBron, and AD, I damn near think it's still a done dollar, even though I think Golden State is here to compete. I definitely think Memphis is here to compete. If Murray is healthy, I definitely think that Utah is going to be there to compete. If John Wall, the Clippers, and everybody is healthy, I think they're going to be there to compete. The West, I was leaning towards the East, but now with these moves, now I'm leaning back towards the West. Put down in the comments below, who do you think is the best conference between the West and the East? But anyway, man, I don't have much longer. I see that I'm reaching 15-minute points. So I just want to let everybody know, man, I appreciate all the love. I hope everybody have a safe and happy 4th. And I appreciate the love. If you haven't already, please hit that bell, like, subscribe, share. Let's grow this thing. And as always, I got much love for everybody, and right on to the real, and much love to these haters. I'm out.